For 6,000 years or longer, mankind has suffered at the hands of a few under the pyramid power structure. Hierarchies of authority cannot be found anywhere throughout nature. So, in order to indoctrinate the masses with the idea that hierarchy is natural, the ruling elite invented religions that depict a hierarchy of gods, or of God and the angels. This allowed them to establish the church, or the priesthood, as the first form of government, organized according to the same hierarchy. Everyone walks around saying, "That's just the way it is, that's the way it's always been." But this is not indicative of the truth, it is indicative of how deeply set the indoctrination has become. Not once in the past 6,000 years has anyone thought of a better way to organize society than the hierarchy. Or, at the very least, everyone else that has come up with such ideas was surely put to death before those ideas ever took root. But you don't have to look very far to find that hierarchies do not exist under any natural circumstances. The only place they exist is in human society. That can only mean one of two things. Either nature is doing something wrong with everything else, or humans are doing something wrong. I don't know about you, but I'm more inclined to believe the latter. No matter where you look all throughout nature, you will not find hierarchical organization, but holographic organization. Hierarchical organization is based on the principles of automatic inequality. The idea that some people should have more power, authority and rights than other people based on their position within the hierarchy. Holographic organization is based on the principle of automatic equality. The idea that all people should have an equal amount of power, authority and rights regardless of their position within the hologram. What does the holographic organization of nature look like? Well, it can look as complex as a forest, or it can look as simple as an atom. It can look as beautiful as flower, or it can look as creepy as a spider. It can be seen in the organization of a biological organism. And it can be seen in the organization of stars, galaxies, and the universe as a whole. At its heart, it is what is known as sacred geometry. All sacred geometry stems from the very same pattern. The flower of life pattern is simply a series of circles intersecting circles at each other's centers, as seen above. It could also be seen as intersecting spheres. The creation of this pattern sees 5 symbols from start to finish. 1. The seed of life. 2. The egg of life. 3. The tree of life. 4. The flower of life. 5. The fruit of life. The fruit of life symbol, seen below, is the fundamental basis of all natural and sacred geometry. When you draw a line from the center of each circle in the fruit of life symbol to the center each other circle, you get what is called Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube contains the 7 sacred geometries of nature. 1. Tetrahedron. 2. Hexahedron, or cube. 3. Octahedron. 4. Star tetrahedron, or Merkabah. 5. Dodecahedron. 6. Tesseract. 7. Vector equilibrium. This, here, the fruit of life symbol, or Metatron's cube, is the simplest whole and complete form of nature's holographic organizational system. Everything that is created exists as a field, electromagnetic field, with a nucleus, physical body. The spheres in the fruit of life symbol represent the different parts of the electromagnetic field, as well as how a system of EM fields will generally organize and relate to each other. Everything in nature, whether you are looking within or without, contains this organizational structure. Everything in nature is structured and organized according to the fruit of life symbol and the sacred geometry of Metatron's cube. It can be seen in the formation of galaxies to the formation of seeds in a flower. It can be seen in the chakra system of complex organisms, and it can be seen in the minute details of the atom. It is everywhere, it is in everything, and that is exactly what it means to be holographic. The whole is infinitely contained in every part. As such, this very same pattern should be adopted and modified as needed to be used as an organizational system for the social administration of our very own alternative society. I call it the Metatocracy, as it is based on Metatron's cube, and it looks like the following. Notice how, rather than everything leading to the top of the pyramid, everything leads to the center of the spheres. The top of the pyramid is called the head. The center of the spheres is called the heart. The hierarchy is a head-based organizational system. The Metatocracy is a heart-based organizational system. This is a holographic flower of life, which is version of the fruit of life wherein the outer spheres are zoomed in versions of the inner spheres. This gets rid of the hierarchy and puts everyone on a single tier of authority and power. Now, instead of having authority over people or things, you now have a sphere of influence in which you are responsible for ensuring certain results and the quality thereof. Now, everyone exists within their own sphere of influence, called a holosphere, which is their eminent domain, within which they have full authority over their garden and field. A garden is their personal sphere of influence wherein they have direct control over their personal accountabilities, and a field is their role in the mastermind of their holosphere within which they take on certain administrative responsibilities. The words mastermind and holosphere are interchangeable. Holosphere refers to one's position within the hologram. Mastermind refers to one's role in a holosphere. They are basically the same thing, just being viewed from different perspectives. The metatocracy takes every layer of a business or organization and gives it the selfsame administrative mastermind that sits at the top of every hierarchy. In this way, it turns every business/organization into a holographic mastermind, allowing it to produce exponentially greater intelligence and creativity than a single hierarchical business. If you liked what you read here, learn more in my new book The New Age Order, Part 03, The Solution.